Yeah. So, okay. Then when you look at so many challenges, then and as you say, the international donors have the support have come halfway. Then how can regular people from around the world support? Because I know from here in Canada, the UNHCR on the page, people can go and donate. But is there like in terms of broader and general movement for just regular citizen to be aware of what is happening in Yemen and also how they can offer their support?
So in addition to the donation, which are always welcome, but we understand that it's also a tough time for many Canadian families with
Mm-hmm.
all the uncertainties about the economic situation.
Yeah.
There's many ways that you can mobilize yourself and your communities to help. I think watching a channel like your channel
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube, Gerard, it's very important because we
Yeah.
need to keep being informed. We
Mm-hmm.
don't
Yeah.
know enough. Now we are speaking about Yemen today, but perhaps tomorrow you will be speaking about Bangladesh or Central
Mm-hmm.
African Republic or closer to Canada, what's happening in Mexico or in Venezuela. I think it's very important we get informed. We see
Mm-hmm.
very much the disinformation, the damage that disinformation is making
Yeah.
in our societies
Mm-hmm.
in North America and in Europe. The less
Mm-hmm.
informed we are, the worse choices of society we are making. The second
Mm-hmm.
point is that you can mobilize your MPs, your locally elected official to say,
Mm-hmm.
is Canada in a position to help a country like Yemen
Mm-hmm.
or any other countries you get a passion for? And of
Yeah.
course, Canada is able.
Mm-hmm.
Canada is able not only from a financial point of view, but also from a political point of view. Canada
Mm-hmm.
is a very respected go-between for many conflict situations.
Mm-hmm.
The Canada international diplomats are seen as very neutral, as being able to be impartially and objectively and neutrally looking at those
Mm-hmm.
issues and trying to help build peace or at least bring the parties to the conflict to the negotiating table. But that
Mm-hmm.
requires Canadian citizens mobilizing around the issue and asking Canada to do more. I think
Mm-hmm.
another point which is very important in the case of Canada
Yes.
is that you have a very vibrant private sector, businesses, some of them with a lot of capacities financially and otherwise
Mm-hmm.
to influence the decision of the politician or also to support charities. And today we are speaking about UNHCR, but you have
Yes.
many excellent NGOs in Canada, Save
Mm-hmm.
the Children, CARE, Oxfam, and many, many others,
Yes.
UNICEF within the UN, who
Mm-hmm.
are doing an extremely important job. And I think we need to capitalize more on
Mm-hmm.
the private sector in Canada that is demonstrating a keen interest on those issues of refugees and
Mm-hmm.
migrants to ask them to help. We should not always rely entirely on government. Of course, they have the
Mm-hmm.
primary
Yeah.
responsibility as member
Mm-hmm.
of the international community, but more and more we see the private sectors playing an important role. And the last point is really all the advocacy and media group have
Mm-hmm.
to shed more light on Yemen. As you said initially, Gerard, we don't
Mm-hmm.
hear a lot about Yemen in Canada. And I can say we don't hear a lot about Yemen in France, my own country.
Yes.
And why is it so? I think
Mm-hmm.
we need to remember all the time that we are part of a common humanity. And maybe my
Yes. For
last word
sure.
on this is really the coronavirus has shown something.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody will be safe from the coronavirus if not everybody is safe from the coronavirus.
That's
As long
true.
as we don't address the
Mm-hmm.
weakest health system on the planet, and that may be Yemen, that may be
Mm-hmm.
Somalia, that may be Bangladesh, that may be Central African Republic, or that may be Venezuela. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. We don't need to judge with the weakest system. We
Yes.
just need to know that if not everybody is safe from the coronavirus will stay and come back. People are on the move. In the 21st century, people are not staying at home,
Yes, for
despite
sure.
what we say, or some politician wants to say about building walls over borders. That doesn't work. People are on the move.
Yeah.
And if we don't address the coronavirus today in Yemen or in any of the other countries I've mentioned, you can be sure that it will come back through the back door to Canada, Europe, or any other country in the world.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for saying all those ways which regular people can be involved and see how they can support people in Yemen, also just in terms of other countries around the world. So, in terms of the last question from me, because it's really been a really in-depth and very resourceful conversation we've been having, and hopefully other people will enjoy and learn more about what is happening in great detail and see how they can help. So, in the last question, then, in terms of the peace process in Yemen, like what is being done in terms of to achieve peace in Yemen and also to improve the people's condition for the Yemenis?
So the United Nations has appointed a special envoy of the Secretary General for the peace negotiation, Martin
Okay.
Griffiths, who is trying to bring to the negotiating table the different parties to the conflict.
Yep.
I think it's important that a country like Canada support, and this is what Canada is already doing, support the efforts of the special envoy. I think it's important that we demand other countries, especially the regional powers in the Arabian Peninsula, but beyond that, their supporters in the Western world and in the international community to end this conflict. Because whatever are the poverty level, the humanitarian needs, the risk related to the COVID-19, this is very much rooted in the conflict. Without the conflict, it will be already a challenge to address all those this dire situation. But with the conflict, it becomes almost an impossible task. We have to be realistic. What we are doing here is saving life when we are given enough fundings to do so. But we are not really bringing back dignity to the Yemeni population. We are not empowering them to become agents of change in their own society, whether politically, economically, culturally, or socially, because we are just saving life. And I think it's important that we remember that humanitarians are not there to make peace. This is the work of diplomats, of politicians. And that requires really the international community to come together and say, enough. We don't want any more a conflict in Yemen. We do recognize that there is legitimate concern by all the parties to the conflict, but we need to find a compromise. We need to find a consensus, and we need to help those parties to the conflict to find what is the common ground for them to move out of physical violence into peaceful negotiation and political resolution of their disputes. And that can be done with the support of the international community and definitely with further engagement from Canada and Canadians.
Wow, okay. Thank you very much, Jean-Nicolas, for really great conversation and putting highlight and on the situation in the forgotten war and the challenges to the Yemenis and also to the refugees around there. Thank you for speaking with me and thank you for appearing on a GMA Talk. Is there any last word or last advice you'd like to give to just anything I didn't ask you or something which you like to highlight as the last word?
No, I'm very happy that you have set up this GMA YouTube channel. I think the more we have concerned citizens people who want to get information from the sources, who want to form their own opinions about what is happening in the world, the more chances we have to build a more peaceful and equitable world for everyone. And as far, Yemen may be very far from Winnipeg or Toronto or Quebec City, but
Yes.
for me, who came from those cities and having enjoyed the Canadian way of life for 3 years, I can tell you we are one single world.
Yeah.
We are not different. The Yemenis, the Somali are not different in any manner from the people in Quebec or in Alberta. And we should be mindful. And again, the coronavirus has exemplified that to a great extent. We are all interconnected. And I think that having this opportunity to watch the GMA channel and learn more about other situations is really something very important and useful as human beings. So thanks for this initiative, Gerard. I
No problem.
wish the channel and yourself very well, and I look forward for the next episode.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much. Yeah, as you say, this week we are covering Yemen, and then yeah, because the point of GMA Talk earlier, yeah, is to cover the pressing issues in terms of refugees and humanitarian and political related around the world. So yeah, so I welcome people to subscribe to the YouTube channel and to stay tuned on a weekly basis for issues and to get in-depth information from those on the field or from those who have done research and know about what is happening and have a good formed opinion and see how they can really help and support. So thank you again very much for coming to us all the way from Sana'a, Yemen live. And I wish you a very great evening and continuous best on the work you are doing and great work to you and your team. And yeah, it's a very rewarding and noble work that you have embarked on for so many years.
Thank you very much, Gerard, and thanks to all our viewers in Canada and I hope beyond Canada.
Awesome. Thank you.